This month, we're doing a small business spotlight, and we have Heidi Amouta of Minneapolis Boxing Club. Hi, Heidi. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Brianna. I'm happy to be here.
So I wanted to start just by asking, how did Minneapolis Boxing Club get started? Is this something that you've always wanted to do, or did it kind of take you by surprise?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. Boxing in itself took me by surprise. But once I started really digging into it, and I had incredible mentors from when I've started all the way up to now, business owners, boxers in their own right, who have inspired me along the way. And then when I met my husband, Joe, who is co-owner with me, he and I on our very first date had dinner, and we talked about what our dreams in boxing were. And the end goal for both of us was to have a club of our own, or to be a manager of a club that felt like ours. So yes, boxing took me by surprise, and I never expected to be a gym owner, but in the relationship that I'm in and with the dreams that we both had because of the sport, it just kind of made sense.
Okay, so it kind of took you by surprise, but something that you had kind of dreamed of. Now, a lot of people think of boxing as kind of intimidating, and something that they wouldn't, they might think they're too old or they're too out of shape to try. What would you say to people who think that they couldn't start boxing or come to Minneapolis Boxing Club and take classes?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. When I started, I was 23. I had never been in a gym before in my life. And I was several pounds, more than 10, overweight. And I was able to do it. We also have athletes in the gym who are in their 60s, approaching 70, and they're still going strong. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is that we work with any athlete at any age, at any level. And in a group class, you may be next to someone who's 10 years younger than you, 10 years older than you, may have 5 or 6 years more or less experience than you, but you're all working on your own thing, right? You may be doing the same workout, but everybody's got a little bit of a piece that they're working on. And because it's such a technical sport, it's really just fun to dig into the nitty gritty and the nuts and bolts. And I think that's what's compelling about sports at any age, right? Whether you're 11 years old and you want to give this a try, or you're 65 and you're like, I want to do something other than what I have been doing for the last 15 years. I can come in and learn a technique, learn a skill. And we work with people of all ages. So we have a youth program that starts at age 9. And like I said, we have clients up to age almost 70. So runs the gamut.
I was going to say that is a wide range for sure. And that's great too. And your point about it being no matter where you're at, even if you're in a class with a bunch of other people of varying skill levels, you're kind of working on you. And I think that's a great part about boxing is you don't have to be the best when you're starting, because you're just starting and you're learning and you can build from there.
Exactly.
So COVID has meant a lot of changes for many businesses. And how have you guys had to adapt Minneapolis Boxing Club to meet those challenges?
Yeah, for sure. Very first and foremost, we've just limited capacity, right? So I think like most other places that serve the public, whether they're restaurants or other clubs or entertainment facilities, we've limited the number of people in class, which is really nice because you get this really intimate class experience. We're asking that people register in advance and that they're signed up for every single session that they're in here for, whether they're coming in on their own time for open gym or they're coming in for a group training session, so that we always have basically an attendance roster for the day. And then we're also running private training sessions, and we're trying to spread those out during the day so that we don't overbook our capacity. We're keeping everybody spaced out. We've created lines on the floor so everyone has their own little box to hang out in. And we're just limiting shared equipment. We've upped cleaning procedures, right? But we found that it's worked out pretty well. And all of our coaches are staying masked. And so far, fingers crossed, everyone's healthy.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us today, Heidi, and sharing more about Minneapolis Boxing Club. And we hope some of our viewers will take you up and try out a class.
Awesome. Thanks, Brianna.
Yeah,
Great to be here.
Bye.